A very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for coming on time. My name is Rachna Lakshmi Narayanan. 2009 to 2013, I was heading this school as a principal. Then I went on to work in Mumbai for almost 10 years and I've come back. How many of us here are new parents, joined this year, admission this year? And how many of them are parents having siblings older when I was there in school? Almost, we can see a 50-50 there. Okay. So we will be doing a very brief presentation. Generally, every year we should be doing a parent orientation so that you come to know what this year is going to be like, what is it that we'll be doing new. I hope all of you here have received the annual planner. Yes. Fine. School diary you will be receiving by next week, and all of you have the NIRALS app active. Anybody whose NIRALS app is not working?
யாருக்காவது நிரல்ஸ் ஆப் ஒர்க் ஆகலையா? உங்களோட ஸ்கூல் ஆப் இருக்குல்ல, நம்மளோட ஆப் நிரல்ஸ் ஆப், அது ஆக்டிவாக இல்லைன்னா யூ கேன் கெட் ஹெல்ப் ஃப்ரம் கம்ப்யூட்டர் டீச்சர்ஸ் கிட்ட ஹெல்ப் கேட்டு அதை ஆக்டிவ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு எஸ்எம்எஸ் இதெல்லாம் வந்து சர்க்குலர்ஸ் எல்லாம் அதில் தான் வரும்.
The most important question, how many of you are comfortable with me speaking in English? Understand, communicate this, okay? Because my problem is, even after 10 years, I can't speak Tamil to that fluency level. So if you have any doubt when I'm presenting, you can raise your hand. I will request Kavita, who's the coordinator for middle section 6 to 8, to explain it. After the presentation, we'll give you time to ask questions. You can always ask questions in that. How many of you are there, or I hope anybody who's not in the parent WhatsApp group? Everybody is on the WhatsApp group? Yes. Good. So let us start. I am the one standing. I have to stand with the second. How many of your children every day they go home and say that principal is very strict? No? Principal is very strict. If we are not in proper uniform, she will tell. If we are not coming on time to school, right? How many of your children have been sent back home, honestly speaking? Anybody whose child has been sent back home April, May, not May, May was holiday, April or June, right? One there, one here. How many of us believe that discipline is the most important thing in life? If discipline comes, everything else will come, right? You want to stand?
No, after the introduction there you go.
Okay. So we all believe that 50% of life system will fall in place if we are disciplined. In discipline, we will have punctuality, we will have cleanliness, we are saying proper uniform, all that. So let us begin with out of the 10 or 12 teachers teaching your students, I will only be introducing the coordinator and the class teacher. You will be meeting all other subject teachers during the first PTM. You've seen the planner? When is the first PTM? That's a test for all of you. How closely you read that color, which color, all possible colors on the planner. Next month. After your first periodic assessment, there is going to be a PTM. So you will be definitely meeting. But yes, after the presentation, this presentation will be shared in PDF format in your group. In that slide, you will have subject teachers' names mentioned. So most of you are familiar. That's me. She is Mrs. Kavita, 18 years with Kavi Bharti Vidyalaya, middle school coordinator and a science person. We have class teacher of 6A, Mrs. Saranya, social science department, and class teacher of 6A. We have Ms. Atifa, 6B class teacher, again from the social science department. And the third class teacher, Mrs. Dorothy Deepa, again 15 years in Kavi Bharti Vidyalaya, so some of the parents might be familiar. currently in the English department, but her subject expert is again social science. This has become a social science department. Already, Mrs. Gayatri is there. She's been the coordinator for your child last year till grade 5. So that's why I've requested her to attend this session. And then rest of the teachers you'll definitely be meeting. And we have Mrs. Dharma Devi. She is our computer hand for when I was working here. Since then she's been here. So we all know that this is a CBSE school, right? Minimum attendance compulsory for promotion. That's the first criteria, not the only criteria, but for a child to get promoted from one grade to any grade, that is right from first standard upwards, minimum 80% attendance is compulsory. That is the first condition. Even if the child passes in all the subjects, but attendance is less, school can retain the child. Okay? So please ensure that your child is present 80% of the days in school. 1 day leave, class teacher can sanction. You can enter in the school diary, write the reason. Okay? But if you know that you have to take a leave on a particular day, next day suppose you have a doctor's appointment or there is some function you have to attend, we generally encourage children to attend their family functions. If you know it in advance, please get it sanctioned in advance. Don't apply for a leave after taking a leave. That is done only if it's an emergency leave. Suppose today morning we got up and the child is not well, then you can take the leave and send a note in the diary. Otherwise, if it is a planned leave, you have to apply in advance. Any leave more than 3 days has to be written in the paper, leave application, and it will be sanctioned by me only. The coordinator or teachers cannot sanction it. Again, if you know that there is, what is a pre-planned leave? Marriage. Marriage of? Close relatives. How do you define close relatives? I want to understand that now. Because blood relation, right? Uncles, tatas, brothers, grandsons' wedding. I don't know how. We do understand. We are in joint family system. We encourage children because that is how they will learn their culture and tradition. But it's your call to take. What are those where you have to take your children and attend and where they have to go. So please apply in advance. I think we've already started asking children to submit the proof of the wedding. So they are asked to attach a Xerox copy of the wedding invite also. This is middle school, still acceptable. Once they come to 9th standard and all, it's going to be tough. Medical leave, if any, you have to send a medical document. 1 day leave, not feeling well, stomach upset, cold, okay. But if the child has been sick for a few days, we need a medical certificate. If you have seen the NIRLS app, you can upload the certificate there or send we don't want your prescription. What medication is taking, we don't want. A medical certificate by the doctor saying that the child was advised rest. Why? Because sometimes the children might be having a communicable disease, chickenpox or something. They have to get a all clear certificate from the doctor. So any leave which is more than 3 days, that's why we've written appropriate supporting documents. Medical leave means that wedding or something you have to submit to. Sometimes we even ask 10th, 12th, we ask the train ticket, flight ticket, whatever they are traveling by. Our children are very, very inspired by the social media, by the cricketers of our country today. All over the body tattoo, all type of mushroom haircut, I don't know what all. Once they become like Dhoni or Kohli or Shreyas Iyer or whoever, then they can have all the fashion policy. In the school, they have to come with the proper haircut. If girls are having hair longer than the neck, maybe up to shoulder, they have to have 2 plaits. Follow the uniform policy which is given in the school diary. Not in proper uniform, they will be doing some yogasan in front of the school. You can't come and say, my child should not be made to do. What is that? What do they do?
Super brain yoga.
Super brain yoga. You know what is super brain yoga?
Yes.
Okay. That is again a way of keeping your body fit. So you can't, so there are rules in the school which everybody has to follow, including proper haircut, nail cut, neat iron full school uniform. What do you mean by as per timetable? School uniform as per timetable.
Sports uniform service.
They have 3 sets of uniforms: Scouts uniform, school uniform, and then they have sports uniform. Till last year, they were wearing the sports uniform on all Wednesdays, right? But their PT period is on a Friday. They go and play in the school uniform. The pant is not flexible or not stretchable. That will go and tear there. Then you will come back and start fighting. Quality of this uniform is inferior. It is getting spoiled. Obviously, the shirt is very light in color. There will be red marks because they play in the court. So going forward, already announced 3 times in the assembly, it is there in the school diary, they will be wearing sports uniform only during their sports period. So if I have a sports period on Monday, I will wear the sports uniform. All other days they will wear proper school uniform, and the day they have scouts and guides, they will wear that. So timetable is very clear, there are no clashes. They cannot forget. I think it will be better that as parents you start telling them this day you have to wear this, because they've just come from grade 5 to 6, right? Till grade 5 they were in primary school. Now they have come to middle school. So there is a difference. The syllabus is also different. Till 5 they were only studying arithmetic. In grade 6 they will study algebra, geometry, arithmetic, physics, chemistry, biology. Till 5 they were studying EVS. There are a lot of changes. So you need to support your children. So please do remember, see their timetable and make them wear the uniform appropriately. How many of us believe that today children use inappropriate language? They speak whatever they... Earlier days they were more respectful. Yes, no, all okay. Very disciplined parents and very disciplined students. Nobody? You don't think that today's generation is very easy with the words? They will speak whatever comes to their mind. They will not speak respectfully with their siblings or their friends, or sometimes even with the parents. You keep quiet, I know better. My teacher told me this is better. Any other parents planning to provide me background music can please put their mobile aside. So, in the school we have realized children are very casual with the vocabulary. Vada, poda, ni karupda, ni motteda. You know, they just, without even thinking, they sometimes use that. And we all understand that any kind of bullying, ragging is not allowed. Using these kind of language is not allowed. Body shaming is not allowed. God has given you a healthy body does not mean you have a right to point out somebody. God has given you a color or a genetic, this thing you have no business to say. You are very fair, you come from China. You're dark in color, you're all this we've heard the students speaking. Strictly not allowed. The same thing the teachers have been talking to the students. So you as parents also, if you see them doing that at home, or bullying their own siblings, please do not encourage it. Somebody said earlier, timetable, uniform is different, timetable in the bag. How many of us feel that their bag is super heavy? And okay, all the hands up only, up only. Please put up. The bag is very heavy. How many of us feel? How many of you check their bag with the timetable? If you're not doing it, put your hands down, then you better start doing it. Your responsibility. What they do is, see, not even 10%, 5 parents are saying we check with the timetable. What happens is, on a particular day a teacher is absent, right? We will send a substitute teacher. Suppose a science teacher is absent and that day they did not have a Hindi period, we might send a Hindi teacher. She will teach, she always says write it in your rough notebook. But because they don't want to go back and redo the work, they will bring all the notebooks to school, sit here and write, and as a result their bag weighs very heavy. So it is your duty to tell them to carry the books as per the school timetable only. Plan B. There is an option where I come from, Mumbai schools, many parents buy 2 sets of books. One for home, one for school. You're most welcome to buy 2 sets. 1 set of textbooks you can keep at home, 1 we will keep in school. They have a homework policy. Every teacher has a fixed day of correcting the homework. They need not bring all the notebooks daily. So talk to your children, find out what it is. Please check their bag once in a while for extra. They will carry all books, notebooks to school. Please see that they follow the timetable. Also, we are trying, if there are two partners sitting, one can bring maths book, other can bring social science, so that their bag is lighter. But as parents, I think you should once in a while check their bags. You will find lot of things which are not required. Again, on time completion of homework. What is that? Are we aware of the homework policy of the school? No. No.
Only 3 subjects.
Diary is coming. Please do thorough reading. There will be an exam for all of you after that. You will have to answer the quiz on the diary then. Because there is an undertaking which you will be signing. I have read all the rules and I hereby sign consent on that. There is a homework policy. The child will get minimum 3 homeworks per day. Numeracy, literacy compulsory, that is English and maths compulsory. Other subjects we alternate. Now till 5th it was easy to follow because there was only EVS. Now you have science also, social science also. So at least minimum 3 homeworks will be written homeworks. There might be a fourth reading homework. But homework is a homework. They have to read and come also. School diary, we are going to insist they write the homework. Teacher will acknowledge. As parent, you will have to acknowledge that. Homework, we are also planning to share it on the portal because some of you, both parents working, at least you will know homework has come. When you come back in the night, you can ask, have you finished all your 4 homeworks? Right? How many parents both are working, mothers as well as fathers working? We understand your problem. So homework will come to you on the Niral app. You will know what is the homework. When you come back in the evening, you can check with your child whether they have done. But they will be writing their homework in the diary so that they remember that they have to do it. So on time completion also does not mean today 20 questions all have to be submitted. Sometimes the teacher will say 20 questions by next Thursday you submit. So if I have given you today on a Thursday to be submitted next Thursday, you should be doing 5 questions daily. We also don't do that. If our boss has given a submission work, one night before only we will sit and do. Now that's up to you. You do it daily or you do it on the last day. How many of you give pocket money to your children? Very bad parents. How will they learn how to manage money? How will they know how to save money? How will they know the value of money? Right? We all die earning for our children, making their future secure. They should know how important this money is. Even if you are giving 50 rupees a month, they should know. If you save this in the end of the year, you can buy, a thing of your choice. Otherwise, if you damage something in the house, you have to pay the penalty from your pocket money. Only teaching for money in the notebook, 2 rupees minus 5 rupees is equal to minus 3 rupees is not going to be useful. So, we at school believe that children should be very mindful of the school property, which is their property. How many of you buy a shoe to your child and say, till next year I will not buy a next shoe? No? Yes. There is no timeline for that. Every day if they damage a shoe, you will buy new. Yes. Same way, every year we buy property for the children, whether it is computers or something, and we tell them this is for you. Last year, from the computer lab, we have 38 computers for students to use. Most of the schools I have worked in India have 1 computer for 2 students. In this school, per student 1 desktop is there. Maximum strength is 35. There are 37 computers in the computer lab. Last year, after a computer class, 17 RAMs were stolen from the computer. Students will just go, take out the RAM. They don't need it, but just for the sake of this. So, the rule is, before they come to the lab, the computer teacher checks everything is working. After they leave the lab, if something is damaged, they will have to pay. Keyboard damaged, either they own up and say, this fellow has done it, otherwise everybody pays for the cost of that. That is why they have to be mindful. Furniture is given to them, they will simply push the chairs, break the chairs. Any damage to their classroom property or the school property, they will be penalized. School does not want to make money. We are wanting them to understand the value of all these things. I said you should be checking the bags, right? We also will be doing that. When they are out playing, there will be a raid in the classroom. Their bags will be checked to see that they are not carrying any unwanted material. Unwanted material can be in the form of pen drive, CD, movie, game exchange, mobiles, nothing around. You also should once in a while. They might be keeping answer sheets not showing you also. So please check their bags frequently. Coming to 6th standard, they will be influenced. Till 5th, they'll be like slightly more disciplined, subdued. Once they come to 6th standard, they feel, oh, I'm in the middle school, I'm grown up, I can do what I want. So there will be projects given to the students for group work. If anything is given from the school, we will be sending you a message on the WhatsApp or Niral's app. If they are expected to form a WhatsApp group for any project or something, either of the parents should be there in that group to monitor. Year before last, 9th standard I think, was asked to do a Tamil project. And on their own, they found a WhatsApp group for doing so-called project work. They were only exchanging unwanted videos in that group. Later, a parent brought it and started shouting at us. At home, they are using your mobile, no? Not in school. So please, if they are forming a group and saying, this is my friend's group for some project, one of the parents should be there in the group to monitor what are they doing or what information they are exchanging. This I already said. Anything with unwanted found in the bag is the school property. Then you will come, write an application, apology, and then you will be given. That will be handed over back to you. I have a question here. Why we do not encourage digital watches in the school? Any idea? Very good. Calculators in that, right? CBSE does not allow use of calculators for maths even till 12th standard. They have to have mental maths. Secondly, they don't know how to read this. Have some clocks like this, analog clocks, they don't know how to read. Digital watches having calculators and all are not encouraged. So if you want your child to learn to see time, please put an analog watch for them and should not have any calculators. Anything expensive, if they wear and lose it in the class, it will be very difficult for us to help you find it. So please be mindful of what the child carries to the school. This I've already mentioned earlier also. Any kind of perfume, jewelry, costly, expensive items they are not allowed to wear. If they are found wearing, we have a very strict discipline committee comprising of 4 PT teachers and class teachers. They will do the needful. Students have so many rules, we follow up. What is it that the parents are supposed to follow up on? School timing 8 to 3:55. In time 7:55 is the latest. Ideal time to reach school is 7:45. They will take their bag, go to the class, leave the bag and come down. 8 o'clock sharp is school assembly time. Many of you stand outside the gate, keep peeping, then start shouting, Inikidana late. Late is late. Even one day late. As of now, I am allowing 3rd time late, then we are sending them back home. I have a very interesting anecdote to share. One student yesterday was late, day before. I told him, beta, you are late again. Only in April I was 3 times late. June, first time late only. 12 working days, first time late. Today again he is late. And he is sitting in the office since morning eating. Parent is saying, I won't come to fetch the child. I said, I will not allow the child to go to the class. He is sitting there, okay, I said, study science. Open your timetable, this period, sit and study here. How much loss? How much mental harassment to the child? And then he is slowly saying, Amma da late panna hai, Appa da late panna hai. They will tell everything. If you are delaying the child, sorry, we can't help. You have to tell them they have to be in school by 7:55. If they are beyond that, they should not reach school before 7:30 also. If you are dropping early, please inform the security. They will be sitting outside because the building is totally empty. We don't want them to get inside. 7:30, once they reach, they all wait in the KG room. 7:45, we send them up to leave their bags. Latest 7:55, if they are coming, they leave the bags on the ground, attend the assembly and then take it. So please ensure that your child is inside the campus by 7:55. Reaching school on time is very, very important. How important it is for your child to reach home on time? It's okay if the school is over at 3:55, he is reaching home at 6 o'clock. Chalega? Is that okay? So what should you be doing as a parent? You should be knowing the time taken for the child to reach home. Even if both parents are working, exactly by that time you should give a call at home and find out whether your child has reached home. because once they reach this stage and they are traveling on their own, they will be roaming around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, standing somewhere having chat or fighting with other school students. This has happened last year. In the school uniform, they were found fighting with the neighboring school students just like that. So please ensure that your child reaches home in the stipulated time. If they are staying back after school, teacher has asked them to stay back, we will send you a message. The teacher or the office will call you and say your child is in school, right? Otherwise, he or she should reach by the time you should know the traveling time. The only medium of communication between you and the teacher. Between you and me, I can communicate via Niral's app. I can communicate via WhatsApp. But if you want to communicate with the teachers, it is only through the school diary. The last pages, 30 or 40 pages of the diary is parent-teacher communication. You want to send any message, put it in that, the teacher acknowledges. We want to inform you something which is only for your child. We will put a note in the diary, you have to acknowledge. So your duty is every time check the diary and acknowledge the message. Poor child will stand in the class. I showed it to my parent, but she did not sign, he did not sign. Don't put your child in that situation. They should be transparent to you, talk to you openly. So even if there is a diary note, please acknowledge the diary note. Till last year, were your children writing exams or only FAs? FAs is also a very good system of assessment, but having come to middle school, they should know how to write 3-4 chapters together. That sitting and writing tolerance should come, because 4 years from now, they will be writing a board exam. Don't go and start today itself, 4 years from now board exam. But I am just informing you. So, in the planner, what is the color of assessment? In the school annual planner, what color is the assessment? Yellow. Good observation. So please do your homework, see the planner. Yellow color, many yellow color blocks are there. After approximately 20 teaching days, there is an assessment. This is how we have designed it. So PA1 starting I think on 11th of July, there is a PA1, right? The syllabus which we will be giving is April to June. Whatever is taught in April, May was holiday, in June what we taught. So almost 20 days of teaching, we have an assessment happening. That is periodic assessment. PA stands for periodic assessment. Then in the last week of September, you will have term 1 exam. That is first term portion. What is taught from April till September. Right? Then after that, there will be a periodic 2 assessment. Portions are October to December. Though it looks 2 months, October you have 10 days Navaratri holidays. So almost 20 days of teaching. Jan first week they will have a periodic assessment. Each of these assessment you will be getting at least 10 days in advance the portion and the timetable, so that you are aware. Right? Term 2 assessment. End of syllabus is full portion of term 2 plus 10% portion from term 1. What is meant by that? For example, there were 10 chapters of maths. 5 we did in first term, 5 we do in second term. Now, second term, 5 will come completely. From the 5 chapters of first term, whatever is important for 7th grade maths, those chapters will be coming in the term 2 exam. So, technically speaking, term 2 is the annual exam. But weightage is almost like this is 40 marks. This might be 80 marks paper, because the board exam paper. So your paper pattern 6th standard upwards is based on the 10th standard board paper pattern. You will be getting 6th standard should get a paper pattern, because this is the first time we blueprint. No, this is the first time they are writing one about something called exam. Second thing, they don't know the 10th standard CBSE pattern. We'll send them a sample paper pattern. How many questions, how many marks, total 80 marks paper for their term 1 and term. Right? Don't worry, this PPT will come to you, don't have to click pictures, we will send it in the PDF format, and it's anyway mentioned on the annual planner also. 5 days or 5 teaching periods before the periodic, syllabus will be completed by the teacher so that revision can happen. But they are in middle school. Don't wait for everything to be done here. Teacher did not do revision, so my child has not done well. Will not happen. Okay. Secondly, term exam, they will get 10 periods. 10 periods means in maths they have in a week 9 periods, 7 periods. So 10 periods teacher will finish the syllabus 10 periods in advance, technically speaking 9 to 10 days in advance. Those 10 periods she will do a revision. But as and when there are long holidays, 3 holidays were there. How many of your children studied on those 3 holidays? Studied? And others? Did they even bother to learn Lingua Fest portion? Lingua Fest portion is their internal assessment in every subject. English, Tamil. There is 20 marks in terms. So that pattern also will come to you. This is board based. There is always 80 marks paper and 20 marks is internal assessment. Those who have elder children, they will know. For the parents who are eldest child is in 6th now, 20 marks are for internal assessment. And that internal assessment will come from periodic plus all these learning based activities, some projects they will be doing. And then the promotion criteria, in every subject the child should score minimum 40% marks. There will not be any re-exam if they don't clear this. They will be expected to repeat the class at the end of the year. Till last year, CBSE had a policy called no detention policy. What does it mean? That up to grade 8, nobody is detained. You study, you don't study, you get 2, 10, 20, you get promoted. Keep going to 9th standard, there you fail if you are not knowing anything. This year, CBSE has removed that policy. It is compulsory to pass in grade 5 in all the subjects to go to grade 6. And it's compulsory to pass in all the subjects in grade 8 to go to grade 9. So that policy we will be following for all grades now. There is no conditional promotion because the mental baggage of the child keeps on increasing. If they don't know plus minus, how will you do algebra in 6th standard? They have algebra, right? So every child should score minimum 60% marks in every subject and there will not be any re-exams. Some general instructions that we mentioned. All information from our end via Murals app or WhatsApp. This also I mentioned very clearly. Attendance 80% for the students, for the parents 100% attendance mandatory during the PTM. Preferably, we would prefer both the parents attend because they are equal partners to the child's learning. If not, one of the parents is compulsory to attend. Now, between your family, decide who will attend which PTM. Now itself, put an application in the office and be ready. But you cannot take day off. On the day of the PTM, you have to come. How many of you have already filled the ECCA form? So you do not believe that co-curricular activities are very important. How many of us believe physical fitness is very important for mental fitness? If you are physically fit, then only your mental fitness will be there. Only 50%? And that too half hand like that. So you believe only 50%. We all believe, right? We will have physical stamina, then your mental strength also will be high. So ECCA is the only way that they can move. Till 9th standard, they can enjoy all this ECCA. 10th, there is no ECCA. They have to only study, study, study and study again. So my suggestion to all the parents, enroll your children in co-curricular activities. Please encourage them because any school teams, handball, volleyball, kabaddi, which is coming up this year, the teams will be formed through the ECCA activities only. Because in the regular PT period, we only have one PT period and one yoga period. Yoga is also compulsory across the CBSE. So in that PT period, you cannot train them for any of the games. So please encourage your child to be part of ECCA program. The circular has already come. So far, there were certain gaps in the ECCA. You never knew what your child is learning. This year onwards, syllabus is being proposed in ECCA and during the PTM, you will be meeting the coaches. Okay, we will talk further details after some time. You can go and meet a doctor every time, anytime, or you need a prior appointment? And then there is an emergency walk-in also, right? There's an OPD service in the hospital. There is some emergency, you can definitely meet. But otherwise, every time there is a fixed appointment. There is an open hour for all of you to come and meet me or the coordinator. But in addition to that, if you have to meet me or the coordinator, you will have to seek a diary appointment. In the school diary you can send, or you can call the front office and say we want to meet the principal. You will definitely be given an appointment. This is one thing which we generally do not receive. Your WhatsApp is a one-way communication. The teacher will post a SMS or a message. Please acknowledge it. She is very fond of collecting thumbs up. She will count at the end of the day how many parents have acknowledged the message. Otherwise, they will say, we never know that you had sent one. How many of you got the opening circular sent on 3rd April? It was a 5-6 page circular with Tamil translation also. Nobody got it. Got it? No? There were 4 parents in my office yesterday arguing that we never got a circular. I took their mobile, opened and showed. Oh, you keep sending things, we don't have time. This is no way. Please. Every communication is coming through WhatsApp, everything. You have to acknowledge it, because class teacher is then asked, did the parents acknowledge the message? Are they aware what is happening? So please take that effort to acknowledge the message. My most favorite question. What is a critical emergency? There's a statement, teacher to be contacted in case of critical emergency. What is a critical emergency? Give me examples.
Health issues.
Any health issues.
Students not doing any work.
Okay. I reach home at 6 o'clock after school. My child has not done the homework. He has lost his notebook in the class. He has not eaten his lunch completely. Will you be messaging, calling the teacher at that time? Is that a critical emergency? Or my child has been beaten up by somebody. There has been a fight. He has, he's hurt in the school. Out of these 2 examples, which is a critical emergency?
Beaten by something.
Definitely. But not doing the homework, lost his notebook in class, lost his pencil box, miss, can you take care at 6 p.m. in the evening? Poor ladies, they are all multitasking. Most of our teachers are housewives, mothers, daughter-in-laws and whatnot. So critical emergency only, you are supposed to disturb the teacher. Evening 8 o'clock, the teacher is at the doctor for an appointment. Parent is continuously calling, saying that he's left the notebook, his shoe has got exchanged with somebody, miss, can you do something? Seriously, we sometimes wonder. Even you, all of us have office hours, right? So teacher, please stop giving personal calls or messages to the teacher. If at all there is something like this, shoe exchange, drop a message, that too before 8 p.m. Do not expect the teacher to acknowledge it. She has got 24 hours timeline from our side. She will acknowledge it within 24 hours. Critical emergency, yes, something the child has been beaten up, somebody has pulled the hair, bullying has happened. Please feel free to call. If something which is very urgent cannot wait, you can call. Otherwise, please do not disturb. How many of us are sending our children for tuitions? Very honest answer. It's okay to be honest. It's better to be honest. Nobody? One, she raised and then she realized I'm the only one. Clear, hands up. How many of us are sending our children? She will go to the class and ask, stand up for going for tuitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all. 5. Slowly, if you raise your hand, I will also raise it. This side, the male fraternity is like, we don't know, we'll have to go back and ask our wife. Right? No, you're not saying. Very good. The child who stopped Kavi Bharati last year, Megha, 10th standard, or the 12th standard, not even a single tuition. Minimum 5 to 6 hours of self-study she was doing. Right? What is self-study? Unless I don't open the book and study myself, I will not understand. Why? Because in class, the teacher is using her brain to explain something. Sent to the tuition teacher's brain is doing something. When is the child using their own brain? Right from the beginning, you should develop a habit of minimum 2 hours of self-study. 6th standard, 7th standard 3 hours, 8th standard 4 hours, 9th becomes 5 hours. Self-study there in 9th means other than the homework hours, they should study 4 hours. So at least in your case, minimum 2 hours of self-study. homework only 2 or 3. After that, they should study what the teacher has taught in class. Otherwise, at the end of it, they will say, I did not understand, put me in tuition. Or my friend is going, I also want to go. Right? This bad fashion of going for tuitions is not good for the children. Also, when they go out for tuition, the tuition teacher is teaching almost 40 students from all the schools. And they will just go, let's be friends, make friends. After the tuition, they will stand, eat, come back home, next day fall sick. So full day is spent only in traveling, and somebody else's brain is working, your child's brain will not work. So my request to all of you, please discourage tuitions. You are paying so much of fees. If the child is not understanding, they should get up and ask in the class. Or at least they should reach to the teacher and say, Miss, I was absent, I did not study, please help me. Right from this age, please become very mindful. One odd subject, I don't understand. My background is Hindi, I don't know Tamil. Agreeable. My background is Tamil, I don't know Hindi. Understood, you can't teach that. But if they study what is taught in school daily, I assure you there is no need for tuitions. Self-study is the only way for moving ahead in life. They will otherwise be dependent throughout their life on other people to teach them. So please do not encourage tuitions. How many of you come to pick up your child every day? Almost 50%. So you have a PTM daily with the teacher. At the gate itself, what is the homework, what is this, lunch saaf kiya in liya, then let me complain to the teacher there. All those who don't come, they will only meet at PTM. So the teachers have been strictly told, no conversation with the parents during dispersal. Why? Because if I am talking to you, the other child will leave the gate and get out. We don't even know where the child has gone. So please do not talk to the teachers at time of dispersal. Hello, hi, bye, that's all. Any discussions, seek an appointment even with the subject teachers. They are here till 4:30. You can take an appointment and come. Don't start a chat at the gate. How many of your kids travel on their own? Go back from school on their own? Nobody. Because now 6th standard upwards, we generally do not, we allow them to go on their own, no? They will go on their own. So if you are planning to make your child independent, you are going to tell my house is 2 streets away, he or she will go back home on their own, please send a letter to us. You should have given a consent, then only the security will know, okay, this child will go walking on his own. Otherwise, you have to pick up or drop, or your auto or whatever is your mode of conveyance, you have to arrange. First point of contact for everything is your class teacher. If your class teacher is inaccessible, then we have formed an escalation matrix. For everything, you can't reach to the Prime Minister of India. There are ministries below that as well, right? There is a escalation matrix. Point of contact, class teacher. If she is not available, or if it is something that is you want to talk about the class teacher, then you talk to the coordinator. If the coordinator, you want to say something about the coordinator, then you can reach to me. So please try to follow this as far as possible. Don't jump here. 1200 students, so 2400 parents will be very difficult to manage. This is what I said, open up. This is your time. On Wednesdays, 8:30 to 9:30, so morning arrival time, or Wednesdays 2:45 to 3:30. This is an open time, but again, open time does not mean 20 parents will come. If every parent takes 5 minutes, so rush me, my front desk executive will give you time. Today already 4 are there. Generally, if nobody is there, she will encourage you to stay back and meet. Coordinator, 3 to 4 p.m. every Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you want to meet, you can come and meet. Other than that, you want to meet either of us, please seek a diary time. How many of us are strict vegetarians? Nobody. Strict vegetarian means at home also we don't have non-veg. Nobody. Everybody is good. But anyway, school, as per school policy, we only encourage vegetarian. Because in this school, we have a mixed community of students, many students from the Jain community, or many strict people who have turned vegetarian because they have realized non-veg food habits are not good. Why? Any idea? Science background people will know. Why non-vegetarian food habits are not good?
Some arrogancy things will happen. Children behavior. Children behavior. Some arrogancy.
So you have gone to that extreme of psychology which says, no, agreed, that is also there. Your anger and all, you know, if you are more on that, because it's very high on protein and all. But technically speaking, non-vegetarian food decays faster than vegetarian food, right? The bacteria grows faster, it will become bad very easily. Secondly, non-veg you will not get up 4 in the morning and cook. You will cook in the night and then pack it in the tiffin and send. By afternoon it will decay. The child without knowing will eat it. We also teach children sharing is caring. If the partner is sitting next to me and you send a cutlet made out of chicken or meat or something and the other child has eaten. I think India is a country with super cultural diversity. So please do not send non-veg food, not even eggs, not even fish curry. Lenda, I have only sent the curry, the fish I have kept at home. Yesterday somebody suggested that. Please do not do it. All beautiful ideas you can give. Yesterday he said, no, fish curry I am sending, but curry mattuga, fish I am keeping at home. No non-vegetarian. I have no issues against it. Eat at home, do what you want in the morning or in the night. Please do not send non-vegetarian food. And the food should come in the child's bag. No dropping lunchbox at the gate. If you are doing that without taking permission, we will provide food from the school canteen, bill it to your account, and that food which is lying at the gate you can take back in the evening. So train the children to carry their lunchbox. Yes, any medical reason doctor is saying only fresh food, digestion issue or something, we will give you exemption, but again via written application. So please do not send non-veg food to the school. This I told you, right? So check the timetable, when do they have. They are very young. I forgot, I told my mother also forgot. So please remember that they have to wear sports uniform in the sports period only. Birthday they can wear any color dress they like. Scouts uniform generally in the timetable, because 6 to 8 has a combined scouts period. So it is generally either Thursday or Friday. Another very important announcement, Scouts camp is compulsory for all the students. It will be generally an overnight camp. How will they learn life skills? They should know how to pack their own bag, brush their own teeth, wash their own utensils, tie their own shoes, school socks, everything. So overnight camp is going to be compulsory. Sufficient number of teachers, staff, we also go with them. Please encourage them so that they know how to stay independently. Once they go to the 10th standard, if they want to stand for the student council, head boy, head girl or anything, scout camp is compulsory for them. So please do not discourage them. I am already saying compulsory. Still I want you to sign the consent form. So don't come back and say no, this is there, that is there. We will take it, your consent as mandate, and we will take them along. Now, all these activities are part of their ECCA. We believe that students' physical fitness is very important. That is why the ECCA plan 3 days a week. Okay, let's finish this. After school, 3:35 to 4:45. Now, there was a question by some parents in the previous orientation. Full day at school, by 3:35 my child is already hungry. We are ready to provide them healthy snacks. You will have, obviously on payment basis. We are also looking for replacement of the canteen vendor. So if any of you are interested or your friends want to run the school canteen, please contact Ms. Lalita. She will explain what it is we are looking for. So that snacks will be arranged by the school on payment basis. 3:35 to 4:35 will be the ECCA timing. Obviously this is there in the circular, you know. In case your check gets dishonored for any reason, waitlisted students will be given the seat. This year we have made it compulsory that any of all the ECCA activities will either have a certification not by Kavivarti, from an external agency. For example, the art and painting program is certified by Anna University. So So our children will learn art and painting by our teachers following the syllabus of Anna University. They will write either a basic, intermediate or a advanced level exam at the end of it, and that certificate will be provided to them. Similarly, classes of guitar and keyboard, they will be trained to write the Trinity exam and they will get a certificate. So we are encouraging that if you take ECCA activity, 3 years minimum they should take that. That is how learning will happen. Bharatanatyam also, we are associated with an academy who will be conducting an exam and they will be getting certified from them. The ECCA charges which have been shared with you do not include this external agency exams. Also, for certain activities you see that there are no exams, there are competitions. Handball and all, there is no exam. Inter-school competitions and all, where we will be taking them to other schools. This year we plan to hold the chess inter-school competition in our premises, certified by FIDA. So if your child has been playing chess for long, they can participate. Most of the certificate or the this thing are recognized by a university or by an academy. Activities once chosen. So 6th standard, ideally you are sitting here, you choose an activity, 6, 7, 8, you should learn that. Even I don't know how many of you understand. If you are doing a course, degree course from Music Academy in Violin, it's a 6-year course. If you are doing a Bharatanatyam, it takes at least 10 years to do an Aragetram. So these minimum 3 years you should take the combination of activity. Now here what you see is Monday, Wednesday, Friday is compulsorily a physical fitness activity. Tuesdays and Thursdays will be a skill-based activity. The skill-based activities are all there. This year what is introduced new is Scrabble. How many of you know what Scrabble? It's not a puzzle, it's a word game, a vocabulary building game. It's a board game where you have to form new words. That's the only way your language skills can improve, especially so in English. Right? How many of you believe that our children's communicative English is not so good? It's good, huh? No. I only hear Tamil most of the time here. I have to keep telling them I don't understand Tamil, please speak in English. Not that I'm discouraging, but Tamil being their mother tongue, you might be speaking at home. How will they learn good communicative English unless they speak? We are introduced Scrabble right from grade 1. They will play dictionary Scrabble, so they know how to search a word in the dictionary and play. Higher grades also, there will be competitions of Scrabble held. So these activities, we are saying minimum 5 students should register from grade 6 to 8. Then we will start that activity, and maximum 10 in a batch. Physical activities, maximum 20 in a batch. Whether it is aerobics, I think you have A1 to 8, 6 types of physical activities, and this is a list of 10 activities. Minimum 5, maximum 20 there. And this year we have separated videography from photography because these are 2 separate skills. Taking a photo is require different skills, videography is separate. Again, that also is part of the combination. So you select any of the A1, A2, A6 and one of these. Days are fixed for that. I think we are supposed to start from 24th. I know. Please fill up the form. If you think your child needs physical engagement, at least within the school complex. Otherwise, after here, you will send them for some class somewhere. Time for you to ask questions if you have any. Any doubts? Any
class test? You said about the examination. What about the class revisions or tests?
And revisions I've already told you. The revision can be an oral revision, the revision can be a written revision. I leave that liberty to the teacher because the teacher knows how much syllabus I have to teach, and teacher will definitely conduct some written test. Some of the assessments will be oral also. We will do a quiz in the class after a topic is over. Not everything is writing, but I understand their writing practice should increase. But that flexibility I have left it to the subject teacher. This is the structured assessment. They can't miss this. If they get a 0, I cannot reconduct. Class test is something which I finish a topic, I conduct a test. If I realize, okay, algebra is something that they need to practice more, I will conduct a test. But if there is a HCF, LCM topic, which they have done in earlier classes, I might only give homework or a worksheet and finish it. So there will be sufficient practice, but everything written will not be possible. Right? Any other?
This year also it will be.
So yes, I forgot to add here, your children are going to have an EC program. EC is English Communication Program, which they were doing right from 3rd standard. This year till 8th standard, we will do that EC program, that is English Communication, where we have outsourced it to Trinity people, a structured syllabus they have, 2 periods of only developing English language through LSR activities, listening, speaking and reading. No writing will happen in that. In addition to that, they have a English lab period also. So this EC program will continue, which is part of their.
Earlier you used to give a parent
Comprehension, you are asking everyday reading passage.
Reading passage. So
that
that
will be continued this year.
so EC program will have that as well during the school hours, not for homework. Middle school, they've just entered 6th standard. First, let them get used to science separate, social science separate. Hindi is already there, which is Tamil is also there. No, we will leave it to the EC program. She will be doing lot of auditory, listening. So because when they grow up, English is more about listening correct English, writing comprehension passages. That will be part of their EC program in the school. So once a week, 2 continuous periods, 1 hour, 20 minutes, they will have that in the school. Other than that, I would suggest you encourage them to read newspapers. Something at least, library is full of more than 9,000, 10,000 books. I hardly see them issuing. You can't sit once a week in the library and develop reading skills. You have to issue a book, read 2 pages daily. Ask how many children read storybooks nowadays.
We are giving prizes also as good story books.
Class library is being encouraged. There will always be a library in the class. Free period, if teacher is not there, they can read storybooks in the class.
One more.
Yes.
Regarding how the child has done in computer.
This year we have introduced assessment in the computers also, though they have only 1 period a week. And mostly out of the 4 assessments they will do, 1 will be a theoretical paper, all other will be practical. So we will definitely tell you what is being assessed, what is being taught. We will teach them MS Paint, something which they will be able to apply and do some work. That will be there. Assessment is there because I asked them what do you suggest. They said we should have some kind of an assessment. Maybe do a social science project using PPT making. So they should know how to make a PPT, how do you open that. I think syllabus is more on
5th standard, what I observe is that children, school bags, what they carry is quite heavy. Because sometimes children has to climb up the stairs.
They always have to climb. 6th standard is upstairs only, sir.
Yes, but
Second
the
floor.
kind of weight they carry is too much for them. Because ideally the school bag weight should be
1/3 of their body weight.
10% or 15% of the weight of the student. But I'm sure that it is more than that. Maybe we should see something to work around. Maybe we should
I suggested
educate
2
parents
things,
and
sir.
as well as children, teachers to streamline this.
Sir, I suggested just now. I think back weight.
Suggestions were given. You joined in the middle.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
I'll repeat for your convenience, sir. 2 suggestions. You have to check that the child is carrying books as per the timetable. Why I'll tell you, most of the students will come and say, suddenly substitution teacher comes in the class and she will scold us if we don't carry a notebook. It's not like that. They don't want to go home and write again. They are very lethargic. So they will bring all the books. If Hindi teacher comes suddenly, who is supposed to come only 3 days a week, they want to do Hindi work also in the class. They don't want to write in rough and write again. Bag should be as per timetable. Also, at least where I come from in Mumbai, school classrooms are on the 12th floor. So, many parents have bought 2 sets of textbooks, one for the school, one for at home. Second suggestion, we are planning internally, if 2 students sit together on a table, one can carry maths book, the other can carry social science book. But the problem is, there are children who will say, my mommy told me only to use my book for myself, they will not share with their partner. So, all these strategies are there. There is a classroom space for leaving the books, but are you ready to take another set of books is one question. Secondly, checking the bags, half the weight will go up. They will carry all unnecessary material. Please check their bags once a week. I also said do a surprise bag check for them. Timetable is already shared.
But for English they are using composition and there's no.
So it is fixed in the timetable. Teachers, please send a parent information which day what. So in the timetable mention and send a WhatsApp message that composition this day, literature this day, whatever 3-4 books, notebooks you have, fix the time. Please don't deviate from that.
Even for the test note, I think they have to inform because it has given the test notes.
It is being told that test notes to be submitted,
In the
lab
school.
notes to be submitted in the class.
Handwriting, ma'am. English handwriting.
Handwriting, they'll be giving money. They, for example, for science, to which class I handle, I ask them to bring it only on Fridays to correct the notebooks. Other than that, no need to bring your homework. The week homework, end of the week, you come and get signature, go leave the notebook at home. Like that, each teacher will be telling one day. You talk to your child and ask them on which day they are submitting the homework notebooks. If not, we'll send a message.
English, yes, we'll fix and we'll send you the schedule. Which day literature, which day language, which day grammar notebook they have to bring. That we will fix it.
Same way, last year they've given worksheets for before every case. When they provide the worksheets.
Ma'am, you've seen their maths book? How many problems in the maths book? Solving that itself, they will become PhD in maths. You want more worksheets? We'll give you.
Yeah, definitely, because when the teacher is giving something, we are more curious to do that.
After each chapter, they'll be getting one worksheet as a revision. Yes.
A revision worksheet will be given and not all together also. I don't want my children to die doing only homework during the weekend. Right? And there has to be a balance between that. Otherwise, they will also end up saying not correcting again will be a problem.
And same way, you said 3 subjects per day. I think mostly they are not getting 3 subjects per day.
How many of you believe less homework is being given to the students? They should be getting more homework?
No.
You are the only odd one now. We will set the balance.
Discouraged by talking English, it seems.
Yeah.
They are calling Peter, some sort of names are being given to a student who is trying to talk in English.
Talking only in English.
So, I personally experienced it when I moved from South India to North India and my son was the only one speaking in English. They used to say China se aaya hai, English mein baat kar raha hai. No, he doesn't know
Some
Hindi.
sort of
I mean,
innovation.
it was like a bullying activity and which has affected my child for a very long time. So I keep telling that we have to discourage this kind of bullying, even at home or anywhere. If you feel that it's not jokingly said, it impacts the child's brain for a very long time.
You can give some
No,
sort
no,
of
after your orientation, we have student orientation.
The same
class,
thing
right?
they will also
We will
get
be explaining
coordinators will drill them with that because next time they are caught doing, I said zero tolerance. Zero tolerance means there might be a suspension of the student. Don't come and yell at us. We will suspend the children. First suspension will be no PT period for them. Second suspension will be stay at home for the next 3 days. If they still don't rectify, their names will be put on the class board and said these students are suspended because of this reason. So let us, accept that, and that is how we will move forward. First thing for them will be no PT period. Poor children will die one PT period only. They are not aligned. Then the principal will become more Hitler for them. As it is, they are scared. So let us not allow, but you have to have that culture at home as well. They cannot be doing the thing outside the school gate. With us, they are 8 hours, we are monitoring. They have to carry that problem.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
please ensure the yearly messages, to send the yearly messages within 6 p.m. Many messages are coming after 7 something. We cannot arrange the things. The teachers are sending the messages to send these things like that.
That we have to be mindful. Yes. Both parents working, they come at 9 in the night, then you ask crayons or something, how will they go to the shop and get it?
Not on the next day, we are not doing it.
The next
2
day
days prior
they are
only
asking.
we are sending
Have they
Yeah,
sent message?
sometimes.
I hear you, I accept it, fine, that might have happened. 2 days notice will be given to you to procure the things. If it is an emergency also, you can always send a diary note, I came late, I could not arrange. But do send a diary note. Your child should not feel I am the only one, I have not brought it, ma'am is going to scold me, all that. So if you are not able to arrange, please send a note in the diary.
And the exam schedule and the revise also, we need at least 10 days to revise the
Ma'am, are you
subject.
writing the exam instead of the student?
No, ma'am. In class, no. Sometimes they finish the subjects for the exam before 2 days or 3 days.
That I
Not
just
then-
now mentioned. Did you come in just now?
No.
I mentioned that teachers will finish the syllabus 5 days before the periodic and at least 10 periods before the term exam. Syllabus will be completed from our end. you will get the portion paper and the timetable at least 10 days before. So for your PA1 beginning on 11th of July, your portion paper and date sheet will come the day of your Lingua Fest. Hard copy you will get on 2nd July. If they miss it, please come and meet me. Right?
One second.
More than that, I don't want to give in advance. Otherwise, you will start teaching the chapter at home, and then the child will get confused. Mummy has taught me something. Tuition teacher taught me third thing. Class teacher taught me fourth thing. What should I learn? Don't confuse the children. Leave them to us to teach them. You should only help in revision. Right? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, about the ECCA, this year I feel so much initiative your project. But last year the students suffered a lot about the dress changing. At the time they couldn't find the rooms for the separately. Girls used to change in the restrooms at all. Boys in the classroom. So this year I wanted to keep separately.
All that plan, I will not let them execute it itself unless they have planned everything. So there is a very powerful ECCA team. In-house we have 4 or 5 people. They will ensure the safety and security.
And make sure to attend the correct time also. Yeah. Because when they are changing the dress now, it takes 15 minutes and 20 minutes like that.
Don't worry. Their attendance is taken within 5 minutes of the ECCA period. If they are late, they have to explain where were they. So that punctuality we are going to maintain in ECCA also, and even the coach's punctuality. He cannot walk, he or she cannot come 20 minutes late, and of the 1 hour, they cannot waste the time. So, because they are going to have a fixed syllabus for that also. So till last year they were teaching. I am not saying they were not teaching. We have now told them you have to submit your syllabus and tell us what you are going to do in every period.
All of you are there in students group, 6th standard students group. Everybody in this part. Okay, now kindly open your WhatsApp. There is a Google link there. Submit your feedback. Show your submission to the class teacher.